vs. Capcom 2 is a beloved fighting game. Released in 2000, MVC2 took Capcom's style of tag fighting games started in X-Men vs. Street Fighter and cranked everything up to 11. 56 characters from across Capcom's and Marvel's extensive roster doing battle in a 3v3 team format unlike any other game at the time captured the imagination and attention of fans all over the world. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is such a cornerstone of the genre that even a re-release can still excite fans today, 24 years after its initial release.
New age of hero.
And yet, with such a diverse roster of characters and combinations to choose from, there are only a handful of characters that have been seen as strong enough to survive the competitive scene. Who are these characters, and how and why did they rise to the top of competitive Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
So when I got in the game, it was keep away. So you had stuff like Cable, Blackheart, Dr. Doom, Spiral. People didn't bump into, you know, the god tier characters yet. But funny enough, as the meta was progressing, who showed more Magneto to the East Coast was Justin Wong, with a team called, we didn't even have a name for it. It was just Mad Cable Cammy. It was just Team Justin Wong. It was so whack at the time. Like, that team is ass. Like, you really look at it now, like, that shit will not hold no weight in this meta. But at the time, you know, that was the jizz. It was a good rushdown character that you build meter for, right? In that case would be Cable, and then you have that good anti-air, which is Cammy. We got more introduced to Sentinel and the way he was supposed to be played by players from Seattle. Rotron, we just call him Rotron. You had Cody Licious, you had Quan, Ratana, a couple of others, but that's when we really started seeing like the highest level Sentinels. What we used to look at in terms of how Sentinel should be played aggressively was Desmond Pickney, Executioner. A lot of Marvel 2 players wasn't as patient back in the day, so Sentinel was such a huge threat with Captain Commando. Literally just spit, unfly, spit. If they get close to you, you just fly back and call assist. We got this move called the frying pan that we would keep away with. That's how the meta kind of shifted. It went from keep away to combinations with Sentinel. And then after that, it was more rushdown eccentric. That's when you started seeing teams like MSS, which was Magstorm Sentinel. Then you had MSP, which was Magstorm Psylocke. So then it became a runaway style versus rushdown style. And that's why you've seen Justin Wong run for so many years, because the rushdown was so strong in terms of damage that if he gets hit, he's just done.
Strong teams in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 are assembled in particular orders. You'll start with a point character that enforces your game plan, whether that be rushdown, zoning, or a specific trap style of play, which is then supported by a secondary character that has good and safe DHCs, or delayed hyper combos, to allow for good damage, safe tags, or to help escape bad situations. And your final character would probably have a good assist. Think of a strong anti-air or combo tool that you could use to either limit your opponent's offense or lead to hard knockdowns to start yours. However, the roster of 56 characters to choose from, there's bound to be a select few that tower above the rest. Who are these characters and what makes them so powerful that they can shape the competitive meta of the game?
Playtime is ended.
Super fast. The man has an 8-way dash. He literally could bob and weave through everything, through traffic in the game. The strength that he has of the snapback. You know, you snap back, the second or third character comes in. But in this game, it was super dangerous because you had guard breaks incoming. Like, for example, if you fight a Santhrax, the strongest assist there is Commando. You want to bring him in and kill him, and Magneto did that super efficiently. The double snap, I'm pretty sure you've seen it. Random assist, get caught in the crossfire, you just juggle them all day. It's an infinite, pretty much. So that was the character strength, was just he could just dismember your team in seconds.
Neutralize.
He has it all. Keep away, mix-ups, very heavy execution character. Had a great assist, but on top of that, all of his normals chip. So even if you can't open nobody up, you literally could just hit him with shorts, fierces, beams, jabs, whatever normal that he could throw out there, and he's literally taking life away from him. And this is what made Sentinel super strong as well. He was literally the scrub killer. If you wanted to casually come in a tournament and say, hey, I'm gonna play Sakura or some shit, Sentinel's knocking all of that off. You're not gonna get in with nothing. You're just gonna get smoked.
Lightning storm!
Rush down just like Magneto. Keep away in terms of you literally could just run away. I'm sure you've seen it in the video. I know you've seen it. Now it's just for the purpose to build meter and just hail your opponent to death. And then the almighty DHC. The Storm, Lightning Attack Super into Sentinel. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about Sentinel. He has an unblockable on incoming. I forgot to mention that. Oh my God. Storm always went well with Sentinel DHC, with any DHC really, but that was the bread and butter for a long time, Storm Sentinel.
Leave it to me.
So this is when execution had to be a serious thing. He has a move called the Air Hyper Viper Beam. I'm sure you've done it many times with family members and friends. If he has max meter, we like to call him rainbow cable. If you look at the meters, it looks like a rainbow. Anytime you see cable with a rainbow, you have to be careful how you dash, how you press a button, how you call your assist, because all he has to do is just jump, pull the trigger, and he can literally waste all of that meter and use that beam as like an infinite. So you literally jump, Air Hyper Viper Beam, land, jump, Air Hyper Viper Beam, land, and could dismantle your team. Just like that for making one mistake. His keep away is amazing. He has grenades. So like, let's say somebody's aggressively trying to air dash at you. He can leave the grenade right in front of his face. And if you get hit with that and he snipes that out, you get shot for that too. You just get shot if you make a mistake. That's what Cable does. And he chips you away. Pretty annoying. A scrub killer as well. And he had a great assist. So what made Cable a staple in a lot of teams too is that he forces the one-on-one in a team game. So for example, if I'm Magneto Cable versus your Storm Commando, if I dash in and block knowing you're going to call Commando first, I call Cable second. Cable just zooms your assist in the air. Now we're fighting 1D for a couple of seconds.
While these characters are considered some of the best that MVC2 has to offer competitively, they usually can't succeed in the game on their own. A balanced team is key to success, and behind every great character is a powerful assist.
So the thing about Marvel 2 is there was a lot of order. You can't just run amok and run up on somebody and start a combo. So you have characters like Psylocke who keeps things very fair, because if you get hit with Psylocke, it puts you in a hard knockdown state, but you can like recover, you can like slide away, you can like roll away. But you can hit them right before they hit the ground and you can OTG them. If somebody was getting super aggressive with air dashes, they have to be wary about my Psylocke, because if they get hit, they're gonna die. So that's why you saw a lot of fair neutral in Marvel. So like you've seen a lot of like dash blocks. That's what Psylocke did. She just calmed the bullshit down. Captain Commando, same thing. A lot of order. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. We call it the POW. People trying to be annoying, trying to maul you as well, be pesky and stuff like that. Commando's there for you to just reset the situation, and it does a lot of damage. And he goes hand in hand with Sentinel. Cyclops kind of works like Psylocke, but it's like a easy mode kind of character in terms of the assists, because it's literally a 3-hit uppercut and you got all the time in the world to just jump up there and get a combo. That's what Justin made famous. And it counters assists. Dr. Doom, Molecular Shield was built for the chip. So that's how you see them made famous by guys like Clockwork. See them use Strider Dooms. That was the whole point, to enhance the trap of Strider and just other characters too. They just want to like rush down and like wear you down at the same time. That's what Dr. Doom did. And beat Commando assist as well. So there was like a bit of a rock, paper, scissors there in terms of those assists. But that's why you see them a lot in rotation as the game was building up. It was just to counter certain assists.
The height of Marvel vs. Capcom 2's competitive era came during a time where YouTube and streaming were not at the forefront of the fighting game genre like it is today, and yet phrases like Team Clockwork or Team Sandthrax became legends in the community. So how did information and tech get shared throughout this time, and how did these teams become synonymous with the players that played them?
So we was heavily in the keep away game early on, right? And it was known through just word of mouth and travel. Right, like you would travel, like say for example, Justin Warren went to a Midwest championship. Well, it's rocking Mad Cable Cam. That wasn't the case, but I'm just giving you an example. They'll see the Mad Cable Cam, it's like, oh shit. And mind you, we didn't have YouTube or nothing like that, so we had VHS tapes, we had IRC. So like as soon as that was hot on the presses, they just recorded it and put it on the IRC, and that's how we find out. SRK would record a lot of matches as well. And that's how we would see something like developing meta. So for example, I never seen Mag, Sentinel, Iron Man if it wasn't for SRK, and that was from Combo Fiend. Shout out to Combo Fiend. We never knew those combinations existed until we seen them played. Just to correct myself, Justin Wong introduced Magneto to the East Coast, right? But Magneto's was known in terms of being more flashy and stuff like that from the West Coast. So you had guys like Sumighty. It was literally through word of mouth and experience through travel. Then we would bring it back home like, yo man, we gotta break this shit apart. Then we would develop something off of it. And then we would share that right back, because then we would go to a tournament, visit them, they'll see what we came up with, and then they develop it right back. Well, the ceiling of Marvel 2 was very, very high. So every time we found something, we're like, oh my God, we could make this 1,000 times better. And even till this day, people are still discovering like brand new shit that you could use in match, right? But I mean, at the time, it wasn't necessarily the characters we were stressing, is what characters can abuse the engine the most. You have to find the characters that do the best possible thing to the incoming character, which will either be a mix-up with assist or just a straight-up guard break. So that was, I think, the most you had to optimize. Well, besides like movement to like navigate through a lot of the stuff, right, in the game. But it was mostly how quick you could dismantle a team. That's basically what Marvel 2 was in a nutshell, man. But it was an art behind it, right? Because I was known for rush down and mix-ups, but I wasn't just landing hits all the time. Like if I would play somebody at the highest level, like Justin Wong or Sanford, it would take me like 40 seconds to hit these guys. So the art of like movement and navigating through the assist, dashing and blocking, that's what made Marvel 2 what it is. It was the art of movement and just knowing all the minute details of what could happen if you make this one mistake. It was a spectator sport, man, because you're on the stage and, you know, obviously there's human error in fighting games. So to execute at a high level is what made that game beautiful, because none of those combos and techniques was easy at all.
The Psylocke, he got the Psylocke. Can he stop him? Psylocke standing.
Michael Mendoza takes it. The crowd is on their feet.
When I gained the identity of MSP, it was more because of my style and my approach that I went with Magstorm Psylocke. I'm a big fan of street ball. If anybody knows And One, stuff like that from back in the day, those dudes had the most wackiest cross-ups. One of the main guys was a guy named Hot Sauce. And funny enough, that guy is who inspired me to be a mix-up master. The thing about Magneto is, you know, obviously he has the infinites, many variations, but his main thing is the hard knockdown. So you would do launch, fierce, air dash, down, forward, fierce, roundhouse, roundhouse. And that puts you in a hard knockdown state. And then you could go for high lows, left, rights, and whatever. What I was known for was I would do the most cheapest and flashiest setups. And it was like unnecessary. I could like just infinite you to death and just get the job done, but I like styling on you. So that's what I was known for. So I kind of like evolved the meta when it came to offense and being creative, kind of like up the stakes with that. But what made me known more for the team was I was the only MSP that was beating Santhrax, because Santhrax was mollywhopping every Magstorm. Again, that's why Magstorm Sentinel came about, so they could counter that. But big reason why I enjoyed winning EVO 2007 was I was the only MSP that won that. A lot of people was like that too. Desmond, that guy's a psycho with Sentinel. Like Cable countered Sentinel. But the thing what made Desmond so crazy is he don't give a rat's ass who Cable you are. He's going to play that matchup to you. So imagine a guy that was psycho that would play Bison versus Guy on Street Fighter 4 all the time in tournament. That was Desmond Pickney with Sentinel. So we would always look forward to, oh shit, he's about to play Rotron, best Cable. We want to see the matchup, you know what I mean? J Mar from Seattle, he had a lot of incredible comebacks. Rotron from Seattle, he would rock Mag, Cable, Sentinel. That's his team, by the way. He's the one that made it up. And then this was the icing on the cake. We was like, whoa, we never thought about using this assist. It was Rocket Punch. Of course, Justin just ran, bro. Like, he just ran, but he did it so efficient. And then the thing about Justin was, at the time, I didn't know how good of a fighting game player he was, because I was so focused on how I wanted to beat him in Marvel 2. But then when I got older and learned fighting games at a higher level, because I've started playing multiple fighting games, I realized why he was so good. You know what I mean? Like, he was so seasoned. He knew how to break an opponent apart. He knew when somebody was getting impatient. He just knew how to set you up, and it's neutral, and his footsies is just phenomenal. But I can't take nothing away from Jay. He actually rushes down when he wants to, but he runs a lot. A lot. Oh, D. Sanford Kelly, known for the most aggressive, stylish Sentinel known to man. So that's, damn, you had some good questions, bro. Now you're taking me down memory lane and shit.
Well, Yipes, that's my job. A whole new generation of players are about to be introduced to Marvel vs. Capcom 2 through the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Do you think these characters will continue to rule the competitive scene, or will fresh eyes lead to a bit of a shakeup? Let me know in the comments, and if you want to learn more about another broken character in their reign of terror, watch this video right here.